All right, 157 for 7 at 16 overs.
Shane, are you saying something?
Are you happy with the score, Shane?
No, definitely not. I think you're under par. I think you're under par, definitely. I mean, sure, it's nearing 10 and over. It might seem like a lot. But I think, chasing on these kind of grounds will definitely be favouring. And I think you needed one good knock, really, if you're looking at that inning. See, you look at some of the batters, their strike rates are fairly good. You've got a Venkatesh Iyer, got a 42 of 21, that's a 200 strike rate. Nitish Rana slowed down a bit, made up though, 143 strike rate. Russell at 171, Rinku 166, Raman 212. You just needed one big knock to come from Salt, Narayan, Shreyas. When I say big knock, I mean you needed a contribution.
Yeah.
Maybe if you'd gotten a quick fire 20 of one of them, I think you'd be staring at something that was definitely very defendable. Again, not saying this isn't defendable because they'd be having to go really 10 and over.
Yeah.
But I think 157 now when teams look at it, doesn't strike you the same fear. Even though I know it's a 16 over game, you're going to have 1 over less of power play. It's definitely a bit under par if you ask me.
It is. And today, the Brothers of Destruction failed. A rare double failure.
From both of them, yes.
Yeah. Phil Salt was dismissed for 6 after getting off the mark with a 6, by the way.
Yeah.
Inside out drive over wide long off. And then he was dismissed by Nuwan Tushara. But Sunil Narayan, man.
The most brain-fade dismissal I've seen.
It was like Glenn Maxwell in the Big Bash League.
Yes, exactly like that. That's what I thought.
He came down the track, but the bowler bowled it. It came in, and then he left it. Oops, bowled. I don't know.
He was making room.
He came down the track,
made room and
left it flummoxed.
Another one I'll give you. Owen Morgan versus Mitchell Johnson.
Oh,
in an international game. He charged him down. Johnson kind of bowled it a little full. He just left it, watched it, hit the stump.
I think it was in Perth, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was
2014. But yeah, Nitish Rana also, first game for him in IPL 2024, and he looked good. But
a little scratchy in between, but overall I did not have any complaints with him now.
He tackled Bumrah well.
He tackled Bumrah very
Speaking
well.
of looking scratchy, I think the top run getter for KKR, who's actually the most scratchy looking player if you ask me.
Venkatesh Iyer.
42 runs or 21 balls, I think good 32 of those runs just came out of nowhere. Even which he had no clue about. 6 of those boundaries that he scored, I think 4 again was some corner of the bat. And very little did I see the ball strike the middle of the bat.
It was third man. I think that was the
No, he had some shots down the ground as well. 2 sixes. One was definitely third man, but more often than not, he got off the mark with a very nice boundary through the covers.
I mean, 36 runs have come only in 4s and 6s for
exactly.
Venkatesh Iyer.
So Venkatesh was actually playing very attacking, and I get it. I mean, you'd lost your opener, sure, but still the power play. You needed to be going after it. Question marks, of course, over the skipper. Shreyas Iyer definitely started off well, hit a 4 of Bumrah, but then just kind of looked bogged down. And the dismissal was terrible. Walking across, showing your leg stump, getting bowled on leg stump. Bad.
Bowled round the legs.
The other problem I think which has really hurt KKR today has been that there were starts for a couple of players, but none of them really converted it. 20s, 25s you saw today. What you needed was a bigger contribution. There's only one batter who got into the 40s.
Correct.
Had there been one more batter and those extra 20 runs, you were looking at a target of 180 as a result, or just there and thereabout. And that really was the target we were looking at as well. Here, 2 reasons. One, I think the conditions are such that it looks like an under par score. 2, the psychological factor as Shane mentioned. 157, 158 doesn't instill any sort of fear. It's a team, if everything comes good for them with the bat, they might as well be winning this with a decent amount of balls to spare.
Absolutely.
So, Kolkata Knight Riders, remember, even now we are into the 60th game of IPL 2024. No team has still gotten the queue. If Kolkata Knight Riders win today, then the queue is all but done.
Then the queue is done.
Because
there's no teams, only 3 teams that can get to 18.
Yeah.
So if they get to 18, they're one of those 3 guaranteed.
So, but if they lose, and let's have a look at this equation for the sake of the points table getting very interesting. If Rajasthan Royals lose their game against CSK, and if Sunrisers win against GT, man, then even KKR finishing in the top 2 is not a guarantee.
Exactly.
Neither is Rajasthan Royals then. Because if you compare it, Rajasthan Royals, their net run rate might take a hit because SRH might win by a commanding margin. CSK beat them, they go to 14. So, heading into the last week, you don't have that many games to look forward to then when it comes to the playoff stages. The only team that can make it very interesting is your team, Harshit, Delhi Capitals, because they will take on Royal Challengers Bengaluru.
And a lot of answers, by the way, we get tomorrow.
But if it rains, and if there is 1 point, and if Chennai win, then you are in big trouble, my friends.
Then you will need a favor from RCB. Then
against CSK.
Against CSK. Because RCB would then be out of the equation.
Yes.
But you'll need a win from them to stop Chennai from getting to 16. Because Delhi at best can get to 15 in that case.
Yes.
Provided they win tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or if there is a draw.
If there is a thing.
If there's a share of points. Yeah.
So it depends on the impact, sir. The players are all set to come out.
I did see Weber warm up, so I suspect it's going to be him. Because this pitch didn't really have anything in it for the spinners. I mean, both of Chawla's wickets, the first one was Venkatesh, and that was a straight shot. If he timed it slightly better, it's flying over. He didn't time it better. That was a bouncer. That wasn't a spin ball. He bowled, he bowled a bouncer ball at 118 kmph.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the speed.
It was 16 kilometers slower than Shahid Afridi's javelin throw against Tim Southee. So, yeah, I mean, you should see that in Wellington. Man, oh man. It was a javelin throw. 134, Tim Southee just gone. So, Rakesh Bhushan, linchpin of KKR 2 openers. I told you earlier, if they fail together, this KKR middle order doesn't generate confidence barring occasional burst. Rinku and Shreyas are failing more than often.
I wouldn't say 20 of 12 by Rinku was a failure. He was looking to accelerate, got out in the final over.
He came at a time when, that's
you only had to hit.
Yeah.
You only had to hit. So, if he came in before and got a 40, that's a different matter. Although I do agree Shreyas' form has been a little bit concerning.
Yeah. KL Rahul or Shreyas Iyer, who's been, which captain if you look at it? I mean, as...
No, I will definitely be picking Shreyas there.
Yeah.
No, as far as performances are concerned.
No, as far as performances are concerned, even Shreyas. I know we're counting the runs, but of those 400 odd runs, listen, none of them have really had that much of an impact.
Correct.
I know Shreyas is again not much better, but marginally I'll still go with him. Because I want my openers getting quick runs.
Yep. And there we have it. Rohit Sharma coming out as the impact sub.
On what he's professed as one of his favorite grounds.
The only other century prior to the one that he had against CSK was against KKR at this venue.
Eden Gardens.
And Eden Gardens is Rohit Sharma's favorite venue for more than one reason.
200.
264. Yeah, I'll give you 264 reasons for Rohit Sharma being the favorite venue for Eden Gardens in that sense. Now, GGK is saying, Shane, Shreyas is the future KL. Release him and trade in Rohit or Sky.
Rohit, no. Sky I will happily take. I'll happily take a Sky if it really comes down to it. Good captaincy candidate also. Rohit, no. He doesn't inspire that much confidence in me when it comes to the IPL. Sorry.
Yeah.
If this was a one-day league, whole different matter.
Ashish Dar, can Rohit go to LSG? Given KL will likely be released or RCB in case Faf relinquishes the captaincy.
I think RCB seems a better case scenario.
Yeah. Or maybe a CSK. Yeah. Now, Rakesh Sid, please take us through Rohit coming into field in place of Piyush. What was third umpire doing? What was the objection?
That's a really good question.
I have to really rewind that, Rakesh Bhushan. I don't know what was happening there. I couldn't make head or tail of it, but we will have a look at it and see what was the problem. Then we will come back in the post-match where we'll have a longer debate about it. So I'll keep you updated, but thanks for pointing that out. I will have a look at it and then see. Okay. So predictions, is anybody changing?
I mean, I'm not changing, but I'm not even going to admit, I'm not even going to lie. Definitely, it's a uphill task for KKR.
Yeah. You stuck with MI.
I called for an MI win.
This is a tricky one. I think I will stick with my prediction. I think I will go with the KKR. I think we have the bowlers to defend this total, and yes, it is Vaibhav Arora.
Had to be. There was no spin on this track.
There was no spin. But somewhat I think Suyash is from the highs of 2023.
Yeah, but he was mostly playing at home when there were spin-friendly pitches.
Barring Chinnaswamy also.
Yeah,
where he did
barring
well.
Chinnaswamy. Other than that, he was mostly playing at home, and that too when you were getting spin-friendly pitches. Aditya Kavlekar has an interesting question, which I think we'll discuss in the post-match. Where he said that isn't it disgraceful that senior members of a team oppose a captain rather than giving him support? What if Rohit had not got support when he was newly made captain? Aditya, excellent point.
Excellent. We will discuss that after the post-match because we'll get a longer time in that. But yes, Let's see how Mumbai Indians will they.
Can a Mumbai Indians, whose house we know is very much in disarray, get what should be at least a consolation win because they're not in playoff contention?
Yep, and then it may consign PBKS to the bottom for a longer time. So see you for the match end. Bye bye from me, Shane and Harsha.